Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your September 2018 Tarology 33 reading. We have a Celtic cross spread in front of us. You got a couple extra cards in the challenge position and also in the foundation position. And then we also pulled an oracle card as always that we'll read at the end, help tie everything together. Just looking at this spread at a glance, this looks like this is going to be related to relationships for a lot of you. More specifically, it looks like moving from one to another possibly, but let's take a look at the messages one by one. In the main situation position, we have the Queen of Swords. So to me, this is generally speaking my Libra card. So it could be a Libra that you're dealing with, but this could easily be you as well. You're also an air sign, so this could just be the energy that you're embodying right now, which is to be balanced and, open, a bit more receptive, rather than aggressive. So that could just be what this is referring to. Or this might even be saying that you might have to wait until the time of Libra, so that would be towards the end of September for these things to play out for you. Could go either way there. In the challenge or obstacle position, we had two cards. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. So especially combining this with that card there, this could just be saying that you want communication. Either you want to communicate to someone or you're expecting communication from someone, but that would be held up in the time of Virgo, and then it wouldn't be until the time of Libra, which would be towards the end of the month, until you get that communication. That's one thing that this could be saying. Or it could just be saying that you and someone else are on two different speeds. You want the faster communication. You feel that this earth sign, if this is usually my Virgo card, so maybe you're dealing with Virgo, but whatever the case may be, you just may feel like this person's moving a bit too slow for you. That's not usually how you are as far as relationships go. You don't necessarily want someone who moves too fast, but could just be saying in general, your energies aren't really mixing together very well. And foundation position, we have the Page of Cups and the Three of Swords. So, Three of Swords is pretty well known as a breakup card, a card of heartbreak. Combined with this Page of Cups, might be that you made an offer to someone and it was turned down, or vice versa, someone made an offer to you and you had to turn them down. Usually with the Page of Cups, though, the offer isn't really seen as too serious, or if it was a relationship, it might not have been the deepest relationship. You guys might not have been together all that long. And then maybe with all these retrogrades and the eclipse energy, maybe just the relationship had fallen apart. Another reason why I think it might have been a pretty young relationship is because of the fact that in the past position we had the Ace of Cups. So I think it's definitely tied in with the cards in the foundation here. That in the past you'd started a new relationship and maybe it just fell apart. You guys have had a lot of crazy energies going on for you. Most people felt the eclipse in one way or another, but you guys really, the one at the end of July was with Mars that was moving backwards in your sign and with the South Node, so that might have been an intense time for you guys, and that could be what this is referring to, given that it is a past card, since that was pretty close to August, and this is going to be a September reading, could still be referring to that. Then there was a new moon eclipse in Leo that also could have brought a shift, even though usually that's seen as it would be something new coming into your life relationship wise. It still could have, taken something away in the process. In the present position, we have the Five of Cups. Now, this leads me to believe that whatever the case may be, like I said, if it was a long-standing relationship or a new one, or even just an offer you made to someone and it was turned down, at the present moment you might still be feeling down about it, which is normal, but looking at the rest of the spread, it looks like you bounced back pretty quick. But yeah, in the present moment, which might be when I'm recording this, which is actually the 19th of August, and then anywhere from there basically up until August 1st, that could be where you're feeling this energy. But it could vary with some of you. But I mean, it's pretty hard to deny that there's some kind of connection here where it looks like either a relationship offer that was turned down, that seemed promising at one point. Some of you, sometimes the Ace of Cups I also see as a pregnancy card. So that could be it for maybe some of you as well. Hopefully that's a smaller number of you where maybe you'd gotten pregnant and the person you were with that got you pregnant doesn't want any part of that. Hopefully that's not the case for most of you though. In the near future position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is technically a Virgo card. It's 10 through 20 degrees of Virgo. So that could just be saying that by that time, you're feeling, more like you're embracing being single, put it that way. You're more comfortable with the situation, you're out of that Five of Cups energy and just open to enjoying that time that you have for yourself. That's one way of looking at it. Again, like I said, it could just be pointing to that timeline in particular that something could happen. But yeah, usually the Nine of Pentacles is a pretty positive card to get in your spread. So, looks like, yes, you do have the Three of Swords in the foundation with the Page of Cups. You have this card here, but then the move towards this energy seems like a pretty good thing. And then at the bottom of the deck also you have the Fool card. So I'm getting the feeling that if there was some kind of heartbreak and you were the one feeling it versus, you had to turn someone else down, it looks like you bounce back fairly quickly, either way. All right, and the position of your influence in a situation, we have the Six of Cups, but it's in reverse. So turn in the upright, take a look at it. Six of Cups is usually a card of reconciling with someone from the past or just, reconnecting with them. There might not have even been a falling out. You just might have lost contact with them and you end up reconnecting with them. Sometimes I call this the being the bigger person card because, maybe just with the angles, but looks like this is the bigger person and they're the one extending the cup to the other person. So sometimes that would be, just extending an olive branch to someone. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, although usually it is. So when that's in reverse, to me, that's saying you're not going back to the past, you're not looking back, which would definitely support the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, which is embracing being single and not even stressing it. The Fool card, again, is taking that leap of faith and moving towards something new. So in the environment position, though, we have the Chariot. So if this is the person that you parted ways with, could have been a Cancer, especially with the Page of Cups there, pointing possibly to a water sign. Looks like they bounced back fairly well too. But, this could just be saying in an environment position, maybe a Cancer comes along into your life. And the reason I say that has to do with the outcome card, which we'll take a look at in a bit. There's a few things it could mean, but yeah. The general idea that I'm getting with this is that looks like someone new might come along and make you an offer. That's usually what ends up happening when you're in that open, receptive energy. That's usually when you actually attract people. So that could be what's at play there. For some of you, it could be travel as well. Maybe someone offers to take a trip with you, or they offer to come visit you if there's someone who's out of town. And maybe that's what that hold up energy was about. That, Knight of Pentacles, you felt like, hey, this is taking forever for them to visit, or whatever the case may be. Maybe with the Mercury retrograde energies and everything, they weren't able to make it as early as you'd hoped. But for a lot of you, looking at this with the outcome card, I think this could just be that saying that there's a Cancer coming into your life. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Eight of Swords. So to me, this could just be saying that you have a fear of being stuck. I highly doubt that this is a hope of yours to be an Eight of Swords energy. It's not really the best of energies. So you might just be feeling, worried about being stuck. And again, that would point to your Nine of Pentacles energy and the Fool energy. Those are very much energies of just wanting to be a little bit more open and free. Um, so, and again, with it being a fear, there's no guarantee it would happen. It's just that something that's on your mind that concerns you. And in the outcome position, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is, generally speaking, my Cancer card as far as the court cards go. But it could be any water sign. But definitely between this and the fact that you have the Chariot card in the environment, I'm inclined to think that it's actually someone from the sign of Cancer that's making an offer to you. So that could be their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. It could also possibly be you embodying that energy, but I feel like that's less likely. It seems like there's definitely some kind of water sign energy in your life. And maybe, maybe even if it's the same person in the past, you turned them down or they turned you down. Maybe with all these crazy energies settling down astrologically, you guys are able to get back on track. That's certainly a possibility. All right, let's take a look at the Oracle card. The card you have is Yin. And take a look at the artwork. And then it's number 2, if that number has any significance for you guys. So let's take a look at the message from the book. All right, it says essential meanings. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. So, feminine principle receptivity, letting someone else make the first move. That could definitely be what that Nine of Pentacles energy is about. And maybe, again, maybe that could point to you being the Queen of Cups then, being more receptive. It says the Oracle's message. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. So, like I said, I really just got a heavy relationship energy from this, but this could just be in general. Maybe even if it was a job, for example, that you had parted ways with, then, you're saying, well, I'm not going to go back into that type of job again, or maybe, they might even reoffer you the job and you decline it. You say, you know what, I'm ready for something new, right? The Nine of Pentacles, the Fool energy, and then something comes your way because of that energy that you're in. All right, and for those of you, if this resonated as a relationship reading, we'll read that message. It says, let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. So let's even say again, let's say this was the same person, right? Maybe when they first initially approached you, you saw them as the Page of Cups, meaning, maybe not as substantive, a little bit more immature, and you didn't take them too seriously, right? And then, as you give it time and you just say, you know what, let me just fall back and see what happens. They might show you that Chariot energy, which is the major arcana side of Cancer, obviously higher than the Page, or even the Queen, still a step up from the Page. So they kind of, show you that, hey, they actually should be taken more seriously than you initially did. All right, and for those of you if this resonated as a finance reading, we'll read the prosperity message. It says, this is a time when the most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behavior and follow their lead. Your desire to push through must take a back seat for now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form you want. How do you want to feel basking in your success? Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. So, I mean, maybe that's what this is saying too. If this is finance related, maybe this was, you wanted things a certain way, right? Oh, it has to be this way. It didn't work out, but you're neglecting to see that, hey, it could still work out, just not in the exact way you had your sight set on, and it could still be a success. And that could be what the Six of Cups in reverse is referring to, saying that, all right, the old way that you felt things had to be, you're letting that thought go. That could be just an old thought that you've had for a long time, an old belief that you're letting go of. And then it looks like that's the case with the Chariot. This is sometimes considered a victory card. So with whoever or whatever it is in the environment, with the Chariot in the upright, it's definitely a good energy. So maybe this would be a good month to go with the flow. I know you guys have had Mars retrograde in your sign for a while now, so that might have made you feel stuck too in multiple areas of life. But now it's in the Capricorn, still going retrograde though, so you guys might feel that. It'll be in your 12th house, but it's gonna start moving forward, and when it comes back into your sign this time, it will be moving forward. It won't be retrograding again, so that'll help too, as far as building up steam in that regard. All right, but that's all the messages I had for this month, so I'll talk to you all next month. Bye.